Our guest today, at the age of 31, is well known in several fields. He is a celebrated playwright, a widely praised poet, and the author of an important book on jazz, blues people. Mr. Jones was born during the Depression in 1934. He went to high school in Newark, New Jersey, and graduated from Howard University at the age of 19. He has edited the important little magazine Eugen and has also been active as a publisher under the imprint Totem Press. His current project, on which I have further information if any of you would like to contact me, is the Black Arts Repertory Theater, which he is starting in Harlem. Harold Clurman, the director and drama critic, wrote of the Blonde in Mr. Jones's play Dutchman. In the hardware blonde of Dutchman, Jones conceived a concise and piercing dramatic image for the killer our society generates through its metallic emptiness. In addition to Dutchman, Mr. Jones has two more controversial plays, The Toilet and The Slave, running off Broadway at the moment. As for Mr. Jones's poetry, M.L. Rosenthal wrote in The Reporter that the work is close to the spirit of modern jazz. Like Ginsberg, he improvises form and structure, but the principle is different. He tries something out, expands on it, repeats effects, grows tedious, pulls himself up short, and does a beautiful solo for a minute or two. He has a natural gift for quick, vivid imagery and spontaneous humor, and his poems are filled with sardonic or sensuous or slangily knowledgeable passages. I'm very glad to welcome LeRoi Jones to the Contemporary Arts Festival.
Thank you. I want to mention the Black Arts Repertory Theater School that we are starting in New York, uptown, in Harlem. Can you hear me? No. Strong? Hello? Oh, yeah. I want to mention the Black Arts Repertory Theater School that we are starting in Harlem. And there are some mimeograph letters pertaining to that project. What we want to do is start a repertory theater uptown and also a school to teach all the aspects of dramatic arts, as well as, say, poetry, music, and also as a center for the performing arts. What we need, of course, is money. So, since I don't have any people to send around with baskets, I just want to say that there is someone here with some mimeograph sheets. So I'll finish the commercial. I'm going to read poems from I guess 3 different books. From The Dead Lecturer, this book that's published by Grove, and then from 2 unpublished books, one called Sabotage and the other called Target Study. Snake Eyes. That force is lost which shaped me, spent in its image, battered an old brown thing swept off the streets where it sucked its gentle living. And what is meat to do that is driven to its end by words, the frailest gestures grown like skirts around breathing? We take unholy risks to prove we are what we cannot be. For instance, I am not even crazy. A poem for speculative hipsters. He had got finally to the forest of motives. There were no owls or hunters, no Connie Chatterleys resting beautifully on their backs, having casually brought socialism to England. Only ideas and their opposites, like he was really nowhere. I have to skip around so that I won't get bored. This is from the book Target Study. This is called Black Bourgeoisie. Has a gold tooth, sits long hours on a stool thinking about money, sees white skin in a secret room, rummages his sense for sense, dreams about Lincoln, conks his daughter's hair, sends his coon to school, works very hard, grins politely in restaurants, has a good word to say, never says it, does not hate au fait, hates instead himself, him black self. It's called Young Soul. First, feel, then read, or read, then feel, then fall or stand where you already are. Think of yourself and the other selves. Think of your parents, your mothers and sisters, your bent, slick father. Then feel or fall on your knees if nothing else will move you. Then read and look deeply into all matters come close to you. City boys, country men, make some muscle in your head, but use the muscle in your heart. Poem for half-white college students. Who are you listening to me? Who are you listening to yourself? Are you white or black, or does that have anything to do with it? Can you pop your fingers to know music, except those wild monkeys go on in your head? Can you jerk to no melody, except finger poppers get it together when you turn from star checking to checking yourself? How do you sound? Your words, are they yours? The ghost you see in the mirror, is it really you? Can you swear you are not an imitation gray boy? Can you look right next to you in that chair and swear that the sister you have your hand on is not really so full of Elizabeth Taylor till Richard Burton is coming out of her ears? You may even have to be Richard with a white shirt and face, and 4 million Negroes think you cute. You may have to be Elizabeth Taylor, old lady, if you want to sit up in your crazy spot dreaming about dresses and the sway of certain porters' hips. Check yourself. Learn who it is speaking. When you make some ultra-sophisticated point, check yourself. When you find yourself gesturing like Steve McQueen, check it out. Ask in your black heart who it is you are, and is that image black or white? You might be surprised right out the window, whistling Dixie on the way in. Western Front. My intentions are colors. I'm filled with color. Every tint you think of lends to mind. My mind is full of color. hard muscle streaks or soft glow round exactness registration. All earth, heaven things, hell things, in colors circulate. A wild blood train turns litmus like a Bible coat. Describes music, falling, flying, my criminal darkness. Static fingers, call it art. High above the streetwalkers, high above real meaning, floaters prop themselves in pillows, letting soft blondes lick them into serenity. Poems are made by fools like Allen Ginsberg, who loves God and went to India only to see God, finding him walking barefoot in the street. Blood sickness and hysteria, yet only God touched this poet, who has no use for the world, but only God, who is sole dope manufacturer of the universe and is responsible for ease and logic. Only God, the bald-head faggot, is clearly responsible, not for definite no cats we know. In one battle, 3 gray boys tracked us to an old house. We saw them coming, winding, collecting the weather in their slow movement. Gray also their day, which is their faces and their understanding of where we are. Our murderous intentions are what they hear and think them thin whorehawks brushing through the trees. The other guys are already aiming as Grays snake towards the house. I take a few seconds to finish these notes, now my fingers eagerly toward the machine. It's called Bad Mouth. In the order of our own souls, in the order of justice, in the order of strangeness, of rising out of black shadows, blacker knife hard, beauty glistening, music, blood thrown on the walls, of deaths, in the order of a society that keeps men away from themselves or makes them value the cheapest division of men's minds, we find ourselves together. We don't know anything about anything or other things, nor do we love anything, Uncle Langston says. Nor can we read all that is written about the nature of insanity. The world has been found out again and again. What can we say? Can you hear? Can you see? Can you for shit's sakes read? This is called Ghosts. In the dark town outside the big city, in the dark town the houses were pretty. In the dark town, Whitey slept on television, all his women dead to the vision. In the dark town where 3 men waited, rain, moon spun across the hot sky. In the dark town, the murderers rested and looked at the things they hated. When the sun in the dark town came up, 3 policemen staggered on their eyeballs. They lay dead in the cold new sun. They lay dead in the cold new sun. And when the wind blew, it was clean, and the walkers moved on to another scene. This is called Where's the Romantic Life? There's cold slush in the streets. 2 letters from simple-minded white, quote, theater-goers, unquote, on the desk. Little Anthony on his plastic side, waiting for his play. Miles of work and music stumbling beside me. I want anything you got, having nothing, myself. I want, what I think I want. I want what you have, having nothing, myself. I want what you are, being nothing, myself. I want always to be where I am and feel good about it, some nerve. I've been reading pretty fast. But that's the way I read, so. This is called Three Movements and a Coda. The quality of night that you hate most is its black, and its star-teeth eyes, and sticks its sticky fingers in your ears. Red nigger eyes looking up from a black hole, red nigger lips turning killer geometry, like his eyes roll up like he thought religion was bebop. Like he thought religion was bebop. 16 killers on a live man's chest. The Lone Ranger is dead. The Shadow is dead. All your heroes are dying. J. Edgar Hoover will soon be dead. Your mother will die. Lyndon Johnson. These are natural things. No one is threatening anybody. That's just the way life is, boss. Blue Whitey. Strange corpses, the ones who still talk. Here is one now. Tell us, sir, why are you so full of shit? Now, come on, man. Don't be afraid. Speak right up into the microphone. This is called Third Avenue. Is the Bowery. Third Avenue, early winter. As if the trucks were slaves and slobbered over their chains. We are not afraid of anything. What we are afraid of is anything. The score is the hide and dull greens of your shelter. Shadows hat on the house. A blue-black like no night, like no dream of magic. At the corner, shining beneath the light, the oldest living Jewish American fairy in captivity. This is called Poem for Ballheads. The morning is colder for black butchers. If they laugh, it is almost white laughter, in their shriveled souls with green and red dials beating over and over, the blink of death. You wouldn't be able to tell them much. A nut in a cheap hat got there first to assume the ugliness of the white eye. Polaroid negatives of the beasts who slump from their caves, running sores on their tongues and hearts. If you have never loved anything, so much the worse for you. Men are as common and various as the sand we think of watching snow come down. If you have never loved anything, may you prosper in your hallway and music scratch out your eyes. These are older poems, and this is from a book called Sabotage, and there are a lot of poems in here that are about, phases of my life that now I can look at more objectively, like they say. But anyway, this is a poem written about 2 years ago. It's called Houdini. Poured white powder on the back of a book, took out my plastic funnel and honked the powder up, then sit down to write before consciousness drained away, feeling the change, the bag-like quality of ease. This will be the last sense I make for hours. This is a longer poem. This was written around the time Kennedy got killed. It's called The People Burning, and there's a little epigram, Mayday, Mayday, which is pilot talk. And you say emergency, Madier. The people burning, Mayday, Mayday, pilot talk. They now going to make us shut up, ease through windows in $8 hats, sharpening their pencils on matchbooks, list our errors and lies, stumbling over our souls in the dark for the sake of unnatural advantage. They're now going to line you up, ask you about God, nail your answers on the wall for the bowling alley owners to decide. They're now going to pretend they flowers, snake stalk large name vegetables who have, if nothing else, the title World's Vilest Living Things. The dusty hearts of Texas, whose most honest world is the long look into darkness, sensing the glittering affront of reason or faith or learning, preferring fake tiger smells rubbed on the balls and clothes the peasants of no country on earth would ever be vulgar enough to wear. The legacy of diseased mediocrity. Become an Italian or Jew. Forget the hatred of natural insolence, the teetering sense of right as balance each natural man must have. Become a Jew and join the Union. Forget about Russia or any radicalism past a hooked grin. Become an Italian quietist in some thin veneer of reasonable gain. Lodi, Metuchen, Valley Stream welcomes you into its leather ridiculousness. Forget about any anarchy except the understandable urge to be violent, or flashy, or fast, or heavy-fisted. Sing at Radio City, but never rage at the chosen, for they have given you the keys to their hearts, made you the Fridays and Saturdays of the regime, clothed you in promise and utility, and banned your thinkers to worship the rags of your decline. For the Reconstruction, for the march into any anonymous America, stretches beyond hills of newsprint and dishonorable intention. Forget any dignity but that is easily purchased and recognized by Episcopalians as they pay their garbage bills. The blueprints sound, and the nation is smaller, and the loudest mouths are recognized and stunned by the filth of their hopeless truths. I've got to figure this all out, got to remember just where I came in. Freedom Sweet, some 5-6 years ago, Rollins cradling the sun as it rose, and we dreamed then of becoming unlike our fathers and the other cowboys, strong men in our time, raging and clawing at fools of any persuasion. Now they ask me to be a Jew or an Italian, and turn from the moment, disappearing into the shaking clock of treasonable safety, like reruns of films with sacred coon stars. To retreat and replay, throw my mind out, sit down and brood about the anachronistic God they will tell you is real. Sit down and forget it. Lean on your silence, breathing the dark. Forget your whole life. Pop your fingers in a closed room. Hopped up witch doctor for the cowards of a recent generation. It is choice now, like a philosophy problem. It is choice now, and the weight is specific and personal. It is not an emotional decision. There are facts. And who was it said that this is a scientific century? I don't know how long I was supposed to read. Where's how much? 15 minutes. That's a lot. That's 15 minutes. It's a long time.
Read another chapter from the New World.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, it's kind of hard to just read the chapter 3 without reading the others. I'll read the first chapter again because I don't think anybody here has heard it. This is a novel in progress that's about halfway finished, about sort of like autobiographical, only it's autobiographical in the sense that it tries to trace my family from back before I even knew, or they knew they existed. It's called The New World, and is a preface. History panics now. No scars to show for its age. The book sits so calm and steady, and what's there is clouded anyway. Smooth to crouch silent under whatever logic rules this month. I am right, no matter. You be first to die, you white man. Remember what you did to me? Remember all that? Answer to preface. In quotes. Plain fascism, I answer slowly, fastly, handily, looking calmly out across the fields to the sea, letting this droopy social misfit starve with his trifling logic. Plain fascism you talking, Buster, and if I see you in these parts again, I'll stick a Coke bottle full of gasoline up your ass and roast you for Easter. Ha, like I did your narrow-ass brother. Then there's a break. Then the man's wife talking. There are two men in this white man and this black man, and this white man's wife occasionally says something. Who are you talking to, Pliny? His wife staring in their bedroom toward her window. Oh, nobody. Myself, maybe, staring at the woods like that, drowning myself in what the old folks used to call, nature. Ah, Pliny, how you do talk. You talk so well, Pliny, and you sound so much better than that wind there burning up the glass, or that ocean there scalding everything we think of. I sound like man is supposed to sound. I sound like the internal and logical rhythms of history's memory. I sound like any group of thought given to aggrandizing man. Ah, Pliny, how you do talk. Men's, the preface maker, a shadowy figure, returned. Shh! Oh, you back again, huh? After my warning? But I need your help, Mr. Pliny, sir. I forget sometimes we's free, I forget sometimes when the wind tearing out the roots of my planning or blowing hard stones in my hog's eyes. God damn, I forget all of what free means. Like I need your help, Mr. Pliny, sir. Like that. My help? What you think you meaning to say, old unfortunate victim of the real and logical world? From the bedroom. Ah, Pliny, thinking old husband you. De moon, de trees, de stars, I think sometimes too. I forget your name, Mr. Nigger. Tell it to me again. Well, sir, my name is Desperate Social Construct, Mr. Pliny, sir. But folks around here, leastways my friends and relatives, which is a close-knit, hard-to-tell-apart bunch of arty snobs, call me D. You know? Sort of shortens everything and brings it slowly back to life. Gives it name, and excuse me, Massa Pliny, Mr. Pliny. Dat, excuse me, Dat, I meant me instead of it. What? Me? What are you talking about? My name, D, what all the people comprise the audience, as we calls me. D, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, what's the trouble then? Dat, you don't understand, or excuse me, Mr. Dat, you don't understand me. Yeah. No, you don't. Not at all. Then skip it. No, Dat, or Mr. Dat, you don't understand. I mean that Desperate Social Construct is the name of a person, and he be me, and I be a me, not a it, though I sometime, given so long now to thinking like you, that is reconstructing your thought or thinking along more conventional lines, interpreting it, as it were, giving it some local meaning, as all meaning, you dig, is local, I sometimes think I a it too instead of a me, you dig? Yeah, get on with it. I don't have all day out here with you. Guess you don't. You guess right too, D. Now get on with it.
I come for your help, Master Mr. Pliny, sir. I come for your solid, sweet help to sort of pull me through as it was, or as it were. My grammar is lousy as shit. Yeah, I did. As I was saying, Arun, your syntax ain't so hot either, fudge face. Yeah, but you just say ain't, just like a common field nigga. I mean like a common field hand. Ha ha. I swear, I sure forget all the time about the deconstruction. Hard thing to keep with you all the time, and that's a fact, Loppy Lop. I knows what you mean. I know what you means. Uh-huh. The world's in mighty shaky hands, Mr. Pliny. Pretty shaky hands. Right. The world's crawling around, sniffing its own asshole, crawling around, dropping in crevices and cracks, and thinks it's into something. Dig? And all it be, and get this, you au-fait motherfucker, hee-hee, and all it be is just them funny-looking lines on the hand where it used to be closed. And they all think, or do world all think, yes, keep it impersonal, Hannibal. Carthage delinda est, yeah. All think it's into something, and all it be is a greasy, another adjective here, and all it be is a greasy black hand, huh? And all it be is a greasy black hand, huh? You wants to be in charge of destruction and ignorance too? Uh-huh. And all it be is a greasy white hand. Have it your own way, Protestant. Like love, buddy, like love. But go on with your terrifying story. I still don't know much of what's supposed to be about. Your help, mister, is all. Your help is strictly all. Quit dancing like that. You disturb the crops. Yes? Huh? Yes, sir. Disturb the crops? This cat must be some kind of nut. I heard you. I meant for you to hear that. But if you thought that was bad, and you supposed to, what you think I was thinking? I mean, how much badder must have been what was in my head at the time? What you thinking now? Yes. And I say how much badder is my thinkings of you than my literal actions. Badder? Yes, badder. Leaping lizards, you're some kind of saint. But just cut out the dancing. Yeah, just cut out the dancing. Roger, Dodger, over and out. What? Lower right to AC, lower right to AC. Chief, there's 4 bandits wheeling in at 3 o'clock. Bad-looking motherfuckers, too. What I do next? What? 4 bandits zooming in at 3 o'clock, all their guns gleaming, and you can see for sure they're after your ass. They sure ain't after mine. What I do next? What? What I do next? You want my considered opinion? Anything you got? Well, my considered opinion is, whoa, too late, they got you. Got me? Yup, too late, you was deciding too slow for the action. Them guys just swept in and got you. Bang, 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 bang. Too late, Dick, too late for that action. Yeah, well then they got you too, Sonny. Huh? What's that? They got you too. If I got it, bang, 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 etc., all them many bangs. And mister, don't think I wasn't counting them. If they got me, they got you too, 'cause you were right in the plane with me. How you figure that, you romantic son of a bitch? You warned me, remember? So what? I warned him. God damn. So what? I could have been on the ground and was just looking up, watching those planes swizzing in on you. That is, your airplane like that. And I did what any self-respecting black man would do. I got my wrist radio, wound it up like this, shook it to hear was it working, polished it a little bit so it would be fit for any sudden inspections you might think up on the way down. Then I wound it up again and said, hey, hey, you rotten-ass, slave-holding, low-grade white moron, hey. And what did I say? You didn't say nothing. I must have said something. No, if you did, I don't remember. That's weird. Yes, it is, ain't it? Certainly is. I said, yeah, you rotten-ass slave-holding, holding. Yeah, holding, low-grade white moron. Hey, the enemy is about to pop you right out of the goddamn air, and there ain't shit you can do about it. And I didn't say anything? No, you didn't say nothing. Not that I can remember. Maybe you said something to yourself, but you sure didn't say nothing to me. I swear before uppercase God. I think I said, you want my considered opinion? You might have said that. You could have said it and me not heard you. That's for sure. I'm sure not calling you a liar, Captain Pliny, sir. Okay, then we'll just take it for granted that that's what I said. What? You want my considered opinion? Done. Okay, then what happened? They shot the shit out of you. The author drags out, disheveled and optimistic. His fly is open, his eardrums full of farts. He is making unintelligible remarks about the wind. Sample. The wind whines. But why don't the wine win? The wind is full of hot air, but is the hot air full of wind? I don't understand the nature of nature. Is love an instrument of knowledge? If so, does the wind understand? Does anybody understand the wind's real function? Does the wind? And finally, if there really is a God, upper or lower case, can he really be hipper than everybody? The author drags toward the open field. The farts in his eardrums start to hum like harps. The field spreads under and beyond his feet like somebody else's dream. He drags with a vengeance towards the sea, banging at the end of the field. The sea will not like what it feels when the author sits down in it to pee. The author smiles forlornly at the thought of something not liking the feeling he gives it. We see the author disappearing at the edge of the field. We think we see the sea recede. The author does not stop at the edge of the field or the edge of the sea or anybody's logical edge. He walks patly across the dead water, making his crummy remarks. We must grow angry with him at this point. We must make him understand that he is killing us by feeling so much. We must get him to tell us everything he thinks is pretty. We must get him to give us his farts so that we may name them and keep them next to our hearts when we go to sleep. We must dream of the author drowning in his fictitious sea. We must, and this is the final instruction, we must at all costs keep him from realizing that we are interested in what he is doing. Enough said. A word to the wise. The group may be seated now. We will sit inside and look out the window at the rain, hoping it will stop and that the sun will come out so that we may go out and play. A word to the wise. The group may be seated. Your help, sir, is what I wanted. Pliny, you still out there? Yes, love. Don't stay out there too long now. Remember your condition. How could I forget it? Just checking. Now, what is it you were saying, arithmetic? Your help. Ah, yes, now it comes back. In a fit of magic. Help. Need. The mystical formula. How's your wife doing these days? Pretty good for a chink. Any more mulatto children being born over there at your place? Bunches. Ha ha ha. You got any idea who the father might be? Sure, me. What? Ha ha ha. Don't get so multiplied, Massa Pliny, Mr. Pliny, sir. I was just funning. Dig? Friend, you are defying death. Yeah, but what I got to get involved with that? Because of your intolerable name. Yes, yes. Quit dancing, unfortunate. Oh, my wife's fine. So's the kids. How many you got now? 10 of mine, 10 of somebody else's. How many's that? 31. You trying to cheat the government? Me? How could I cheat anybody, an ignorant ex-slave like me? True enough, I'm sorry. For a second I misjudged you. If I do anything you don't understand, Captain, Mr. Master Pliny, Sir Boss, it's just because I am simply too ignorant to understand what's right. So I simply go about my ignorant ex-slave ways, which is wrong as shit, you must admit. Yes? You dig that couplet? Get on with it, will you? Help me, boss. Back to that, eh? The intolerable predicate. Help. That unctuous primitive equation. Help, need, ag. You disgust me, you miser. You cheap, ignoble booger in the nose of God. You will not spend your mind's load. You content yourself to grovel and hang on for my help. You won't let go of my apron strings, so you suffer. God damn you, you make me sick. Don't kick me, boss. Well, then let go of my goddamn apron strings and fend for yourself. The world is here and reacts favorably to the most noble attempts to appropriate it. When will you make yours? When will you get up, break out, and get your own thing going? Stop groveling and stand up. Fight back. Throw yourself on your adversary, nature that is, and best it like a man. Or be defeated like one. But don't sniff and whine around the boots of men who have. I'm so great not because I'm white, but because I'm out in the world, wheeling and dealing. Why don't you begin to do the same? Now? Right now. Whack! Pliny falls to the floor stiffly, legs spread eagle and kicking. Whack! D stomps the fallen philosopher, spitting on his suit. Tooey, whack, wham, biff, loom-a-loom. God damn it, cool it. Will you stop kicking me and let me up, you lousy flea-bit savage? Already? You goddamn right already. Let me up or I'll cast a goddamn spell on you and wilt your balls like raisins. Ha, you think you can scare me with that kind of talk? First of all, I know you're a rational man and don't even believe in magic. I believe in magic, and you said I was full of shit, so how can you believe in magic? I believe in it when I'm getting the shit kicked out of me. Uh-huh. And second, you can't wilt my balls, etc., to no raisins. You cut them things off last winter. I did, in a fit of malaise. At least that's how you described it to my old lady afterwards. I did that? Wow, you must be mixing me up with some other white man. Maybe, but I don't see where it makes much difference. Everybody looks pretty much the same when you got your foot in their face. You heard of the Geneva Convention? 9. Are you losing sight of the Christian millennium? No spickety English. Is this what all your missionary training has come to? Jawohl. Help, a nigger's stomping me in broad daylight. Hey, ain't nobody in their right mind gonna believe a fat lie like that. Imagine, what nigger that's stupid? Besides, it's night, Mr. Pliny, you must be drunk. Pliny, is that you out there singing? Ah, Pliny, you do so well. Let me up. Okay. Well, go ahead and quit that dancing. All these things hardly qualify you to cross the Jordan. You'll never enter the promised land acting like this. What? I thought this here was the promised land. God damn, this big-ass house, all this land, bunch of unfortunate colored folks, men and girls working for you. God damn, how much more promise can a land get? I don't even really see how you can get away with all this much promise. Let me up! You told me just a while ago to fight back, to throw myself on my adversity. That's what I done. Now you, my personal age-old adversity, want to get right back up, and using promised lands or hipper promised lands as the gimmick. Me, I'm not your adversary. I'm your friend and former employer. Didn't I even sell you that little plot of land off the edge of my land to work as your own? I'm not your adversary, D, old misguided colored man. I'm your friend, my stone friend. Right. Pliny, is that you out there singing? Then you got to help me, right? I mean, if you my friend. That's right, I got to help you. You give me your word of honor? I can trust that? A white man, or I should say a quality white man, never goes back on his word of honor. I should say not. Like Cortez, for instance, he was just white trash. Not even white, really. Spanish, which is close to nigger as you can get and still not suffer for it. I guess like a cold is to TB, a near relative, but not really in this shit. Not by a long shot. And you know how niggas lie. What kind of help you want? Like I said, Master Pliny, I wants to stand up on my own feet. I wants to cut that old apron string. I wants to get moving on my own terms, wheeling and, like you said, dealing. So I was asking your help. Granted. Just let me up and it's granted. I'll be glad to help you, friend. Could you have doubted it? No, sir, no, I never doubted it really, though I confess I did have a few unsteady minutes there. Take my old rusty hand. Praise God, his wonders to perform, that he hath bestowed grace upon this wretched savage, and prevailed on him to release an innocent lamb. Praise be his name. What is his name? Praise, all praise his word. Amen, amen, amen. Now what do you want around here, nigger? I want you to give me some money so I can start a big nigger store. A what? A nigger store. To exploit niggers on their own terms. Get more money that way. Get around the natural resentment them old ex-slaves still field hands must feel from many white people. Them unenlightened field hands, that is. We inside agents long ago learned to justify the workings of the Lord. Praise. A nigger store. Yeah, also, instead of them niggers rumbling around the countryside searching for places to trade and buy, we just pile everything right in one place, like a general store, but even bigger. A superstore. I'll open the place and work in it with my family, and you'll be my secret partner and protection in case any white folks don't like what's going on. If they mess with me, I'll just let them in on the fact that I was merely working for you, Mr. Pliny, but in a more representative way. Uh-huh. Like you said, Mr. Pliny, it's time for me to stop groveling and stand up and be counted. Yeah. Open right in town, huh? Right in Dothan. Yep, right in Dothan. Rednecks might not like it. Well, I guess we ain't afraid of a few social misfits. Certainly not. A quality white man like you and a smart inside nigger like yours truly is a tough combo to beat. You bet. Well, will you do it, Mr. Pliny? Will you help me drop my load? Held in a gentle hymn drifts through lace curtains slowly upon the whispering air. Dee and Pliny pause in their labors to listen to the song and watch the moon move. The old men talk and swing, laughing quietly or raucously against the blackening day. Field nigger music rises heavily, also out away from the house. Mrs. Pliny looks through her window, calls softly. The white man rises, answering through the thin darkness and shaking the black, almost invisible hand of the other man. Then they leave each other, the one man to go into his high, white, elegant house, the other to pick his way slowly across the field towards his own home, looking from time to time over his shoulder and shuddering quietly at how ghostly the big house had become. Thank you.